We wish to implore the government to support these efforts, especially local and international technical programs, because that is where we are lacking. When it comes to technical, we need to see that if it is possible, and I think it is possible for the government to link us, especially when it comes to parts of the world where they have these activities for us. Youth programs are also very vital ingredients for sports development and sustainability, and require government support, especially now as we shift gears towards the Dakar 2026 Youth Olympic Games. Your Excellency, most sports federations operate without, and this is true, have been around for some time, that most of our federations, they don't have any physical offices, and it could go a long way if they could be given office space at our national stadiums, which we have, and especially at Nyayo and Kasarani, so that they can facilitate them to ease the accessibility and promote better services and governance at the same time. We have no doubt of this enhanced collaboration and partnership opportunities with and from other governments. Thank you once again, Your Excellency, for inviting and hosting us in this promptly well-prepared reception for all of us, and in honor of the assignment that you gave us. Your Excellency, thank you very much. I think this team, they deserve this. Thank you very much, and may God bless you.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, as I call Lieutenant General Retired Jackson Tuwei to also come and make his remarks, may I also propose that we be serving tea. We can serve tea. We have the main breakfast, which we'll still have after we have done with the speeches, but we can be serving tea as we wait. But let's put our hands together as we welcome General. Karibu.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, the Deputy President, all the protocols observed. Your Excellency, the President of NOC, Paul Tergard, has said all that we wanted to say here. Mine is just on the athletics, because that is what we did there. And I want to introduce to you the athletes who went to Paris, and particularly the ones who came back with the medals. They did very well, and those who did well also. We had 44 athletes from athletics and 16 officials. Those are the ones who took part in the athletics during the Olympics in Paris from the beginning. And I know that the Kenyans were very eager to know from the beginning what was in place and what was going to happen. And unfortunately, in the program of athletics, you don't run the first day and you get a medal. There is a process. There's a process that you go through from heats to qualification rounds until you get to the final. Sometimes one event takes a whole week before you get a medal out there. And you keep running. And you keep running every now and then. So so you must qualify to the next round before you get to the finals. So that is the process of competition of athletics in any competition anywhere. And therefore that happened, and I know the Kenyans were very eager to see in the first week what was coming up. And that is the process. It's unfortunate you cannot get it immediately as you get there, but you have to wait. After the championships, Your Excellency, we came back with 11 medals. That is 4 gold medals, 2 silver medals, and 5 bronze medals, all making 11 in total. And according to us, this was the 3rd best performance since Kenya went to the Olympics from 1956 up to now. We know that in Rio Olympics and in Seoul, in South Korea, they had better gold medals, 6 each, but now this is the 3rd best outing for this team of Kenya. So we want to congratulate our teams, we want to congratulate our athletes, because they did extremely well. Your Excellency, the whole of Africa got 8 medals. 8 medals put together. Half of that came from Kenya. So 8 gold medals. 8 gold medals. Half of that came from Kenya because we got 4 gold medals. So we really appreciate our athletes because of what they have done, and that is really great. Of course, we were number 1 in Africa, as it has been said by Paul Tergard, and we were also number 2 in the whole world behind the United States of America. The athletes who brought or who came back with that achievement, allow me, Your Excellency, to introduce each one of them. First of all, we had Beatrice Chebet, and Beatrice Chebet came back with 2 gold medals. Your Excellency, if I may introduce Chebet slightly more than that, the first time Beatrice Chebet took part in athletics championships was in 2019 in Aarhus in Denmark during the World Cross Country, where she won. She has actually never lost a single event. Last year, during the World Cross Country Championships in Bathurst in Australia, she also won in the cross country. This year, Your Excellency, again in the World Cross Country in Serbia, Belgrade in Serbia, she won in the world. And now she has repeated for the first time. We have had 1 athlete, 1 female athlete, who has brought in 2 gold medals in any Olympics. That she is the one who has brought this. So we are very happy. We are very grateful. She is a young athlete. She is only 24, and she has done extremely well. Again, we saw yesterday the Inspector General of Police promoted her to the rank of corporal. So congratulations, Beatrice, and thank you so much. Next, Your Excellency, is Faith Kipyegon. Again, she also came back with two medals, 1 gold and 1 silver in those events. So these are great athletes who have represented this country, and they have been very, very patriotic in their own way of doing things. We know Faith at one stage was a little bit disappointed because of what happened, and I'm sure you must have seen, but we had to make sure that everything else went on well. So congratulations. The other gold medal is Emmanuel Wanyonyi. Your Excellency, Emmanuel Wanyonyi has just graduated to the senior level. He was in the youth category until three months ago. So now he has graduated. He is now in the senior category, and he is the first time that he has won in the Olympics 800 meters gold medalist. Congratulations. Then we had Ronald Kwemoy. Ronald Kwemoy, Your Excellency, was running 5,000 meters. He came back with a medal, a silver medal. Then we had Mary Mora. Mary Mora, 800 meters, actually the defending champion. She came back with a bronze medal. Then we have Faith Cherotich, the young girl. That was actually our youngest, the youngest girl in the team among the 44 members of athletics. And she was running steeplechases, 3,000 meter steeplechases, came back with a bronze medal. Then we had Benson Kibiwot, Benson Kibruto in the marathon. Benson Kibruto in the marathon. Congratulations, a bronze medal. Then we had Abraham Kibiwot, 3,000 meter steeplechase. He did extremely well, came back with a bronze medal. And then we had Helen Obiri, who is not here. She went back, Your Excellency, to her training base in the United States of America. She also won a bronze medal. And I think I don't think I've forgotten anybody. So that is the team that went. And of course, the other team, as I want to join my colleague Paul Tergat in saying that they did extremely well. They tried everything possible, and they did very, very well. So I want to congratulate all of them for that great achievement. We know it was not easy. It was not easy, but at least you did well, and we came out of all that. We were number 17 in the world. Your Excellency, as I finish my remarks, I want to thank you and the government of the Republic of Kenya for the support that you have given to these athletes. We are very, very grateful. We want to thank the ministry for the support that they have given us through the fund that has also given a lot of support. And we have started now the youth camps, so that we have the youth that will develop, that we need to nurture, so that they can develop into the just like Wanyonyi and Beatrice and even Faith. By the way, they all came from the youth. All the three of them came from the youth program. So now we have started that program, and it's going on very well. Every time when the schools are closed, we have those 45 teams in every part of the country. We want to cover every part of the country. Finally, Your Excellency, I want to thank the uniformed services, the National Police Service, the Kenya Defense Forces, the Prison Service, and the universities. Those uniformed services have assisted us in particularly recruiting some of our young athletes. And we are in very close contact, we are in very close cooperation with the services, so that anytime there is a recruitment, we coordinate together, we agree, we give them the results of each youth championships, so that they can now select from there. And that is how we promote this. The universities also are doing the same. And now, among our affiliates, those are our affiliates. Now we have invited newer affiliates so that we can then take our level, our championships to a different level. There are three, in fact 4 we have invited. One is National Youth Service, because they have got a lot of youth who are not our affiliates. So we have invited them. Next year they'll be in our championship. We have got Forest Service that are going to be our affiliates as well. We have got KWS that will be coming there, and above all, we used to have, Your Excellency, in the past, Kekoso, that used to challenge all these uniform services that I've talked about. Now they are also coming back, and we want to welcome all of them. So we are expanding. We are expanding, and we want to see that everybody, we get every chance from every part of the corner of this country to make sure that we get everybody to come and compete in athletics, and we get. So from the youth, from the schools, from the colleges, and all the institutions, then we will be able to pick the best out of the best. With those few remarks, Your Excellency, thank you very much. Once again, I want to thank all the Kenyans for the support that they have given us, and we wish you all the very best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you, General. Your Excellency, next I would like to invite the captain of this great team. And ladies and gentlemen, we have the first bite of the cherry, so I want us to give her a very, very warm welcome. Faith Kipyegon, as she comes. Come on, let's give her a wonderful round of applause. Welcome.
Thank you so much. You may be seated. Thank you. Thank you so much. Your Excellency, the President, Your Excellency, the Deputy President, Your Excellency, the First Lady, CSS who are here, governors who are here, Mutanisamia, because of protocols. I only know how to run, but I don't know how to follow the protocols. But we are really, really, truly grateful for this morning. Tumefurahi sana kukaribishwa nyumbani. As a team captain, naesema we give it all. We give it all. The competition out there, it was competitive. Hata mimi nilikuwa nimesema hii that time naona ikipotea hapa. But I'm really grateful I could defend my title, and thank you for the opportunity I was given to lead the team to Paris. It was my first time to be the team captain, and then tukakuja number 17 overall, number 17 worldwide. So I'm so grateful. So Your Excellency, we are so grateful with the support from the government, from the ministry, NOC, Athletics Kenya, our fans from all over the world, from America, Paris, tulipata ugali. Thank you so much. At least tulipata hiyo managu ili to strengthen kabisa. Thank you, Paris, for the good host wali to host huko. First and foremost, let me say thank you. Penye CS aliarrive huko, at least tulipata national anthem pili hiyo siku. I was surprised. And thank you so much. What I mean is, like, for the CS to come there and join us as athletes, nilishanga alikuwa kwa bus pia. I was surprised kumwona kwa bus ya kwenda village na kuzunguka hapo kwa uwanja. So it was really good to see him around. And for the motivation, it was really good for the athletes na tukangangana. So I don't have much to say, but thank you so much for the support. At least mutasema kitu mnataka nianze kuambiana. So at least we are home. At least we are home, tumekaribishwa. But thank you, Your Excellency, for the warm welcome. We are really, truly grateful. Tumeona tumekaribishwa. Watu walikuwa niliulizwa na chef jana, uliona Botswana venye walikaribishwa, nikasema acha tungoje yetu asubuhi. And this is it. So we are really, really grateful. At least to motivate kama elite athletes, especially I, defending title for the third time, back to back. That was not an easy task. Najua nimemotivate Faith hapo. Bado ni mdogo, she was our last one of the team. So yeah, thank you so much. Asanteni sana. Thank you for coming, and may God bless you all. Thank you.
Another round of applause for the captain, Faith Kipyegon. Thank you very much. Your Excellency, next I would like to invite the Cabinet Secretary for Youth Affairs, Sports, Honorable Kipchumba Murkomen. Tupigie makofi tafadhali. Karibu.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Your Excellency, President William Ruto, the Commander-in-Chief of our Defense Forces, the Deputy President, Speaker of the National Assembly, and all the protocols observed, particularly the athletes who are here, led by the Captain Faith Kipyegon, and the legends who are here, led by the senior Kipchoge. With the other one is also a legend. So maybe to be a legend, you have to be a Kipchoge. And all the protocols observed. Good morning. Good morning again. Your Excellency, we are very excited to be here, and to be here to celebrate our athletes who have done exploits in the world. I want to congratulate them for doing a fantastic job. There are so many keyboard and social media warriors who know only how to criticize, but they do not know what it means to participate in an Olympics. Not just to win, to participate. I met Sharon when she has just finished. Sharon Lokedi here, marathon. She came number 4, and Paris. I met them at the finishing line. At that point, I think Obiri was being attended to. And you can imagine somebody having done 42 kilometers, you know. I also met Benson, and he was looking like he hadn't started even running, and he had just won a medal. So this is a very difficult task. To be a sports person, we only see the 3 minutes that Faith runs, but we do not see what happens behind the scenes. There is a lot of hard work, waking up in the morning, beating your body, denying yourself food, denying yourself pleasure, denying yourself your family. If you go to training camps, these athletes are sleeping on a very small bed, you know, just like in a dormitory in a school. The sacrifice they make so that they can reach where they are is immense, Your Excellency. I schooled with athletes, and I know what the effort they put. And I want to say, when I say congratulations, we mean it. Congratulations. For you to have even participated in the first place, well done. There are countries, Your Excellency, who do a major celebrations for having qualified to go to Olympics. I mean, to just qualify to be there, so that they say, you know, it's country X and Y. And for our country, I think for far too long, because of the path that was prepared by our athletes in the past, it's become so obvious we expect to reap even where sometimes we do not sow. And I think we want, as a government, as a ministry, to be more deliberate in supporting our athletes to make sure that when we come to celebrate like this, at least we can trace the path that we have supported them. And I know, Your Excellency, you have been very deliberate since you came to office, and you have been very firm to say that the sports fund must continue supporting our athletes and support sports. And we are going to continue that path. We are going to go to the grassroots. We are going to work with team. We will invite the private sector. We want as many players as possible to support our sportsmen. Your Excellency, the airtime we got for our anthem to be sung 4 times, you cannot buy that with any money in this country, in terms of an advert. When I was in the streets of Paris with my peers, we tried to joke the last five kilometers to the end of the marathon. And I don't want to say what happened to the peers, but Your Excellency, when I was there, when people see the Kenyan jersey, the uniform with the Kenyan flag, immediately stop you and ask you, where can I buy it? In fact, there was a shortage of this uniform in Paris. And I think if I was a private investor in Kenya, I would put my money on athletes. I would put my money even for them to wear a cap with a small branding of my company, because the airtime you get is incomparable. And I think this is the best. And I want to thank Brand Kenya for giving out these armbands. Every athlete in the world, the American sprinters, the Europeans, they were wearing that armband, Your Excellency. And they are gladly posting on social media, on TikTok. If you go to TikTok now, our flag is all over with world beaters and world record holders. So this is an opportunity for our country. This is an opportunity for us to market ourselves. It's an opportunity for us to grow Brand Kenya. I know many people will come to Kenya based on these athletes as tourists, and I think we have a great potential to make sure that athletics and sports is going to be a great. Your Excellency, going forward, you know we are only depending on runners. Other countries, why they are reaping so much gold, they have many other things. We don't understand why we don't have people who can just shoot. There was a Turkish guy who was just standing there. He doesn't even wear anything, and he's just, Even archery, we should be able to participate. And we know where the problem is, Your Excellency. It's in the leadership of the federations. Most of the federations are not organized. And as a ministry, we want to promise that the federation for swimming, for badminton, for these archeries and all this. We are going to call them, we organize them, we support them, so that in 4 years we have more disciplines participating in the next Olympics. We need to return the days of Wangila with boxing. You know, Your Excellency, we used to win medals in boxing and all these other areas. If we do so, I have confidence that if we prepare ourselves as president of NOC Said and our president for AK has spoken, in the next 4 years we will come back home with better medals. The last thing I'd like to say is that, Your Excellency, we thank you very much for being of great support, for following this team personally, for making phone calls to find out what's happening, and for having sports in your heart. Thank you for the investment you have already put insofar as infrastructure is concerned. We'll be prudent in supporting that infrastructure. We'll make sure that our athletes, the other day CNN covered our athletes training in Cameroon Stadium in a very deplorable state. We believe, Your Excellency, in the next preparation for Olympics, Cameroon Stadium and other stadia in the country will actually have, here in Kipchoge, as you are about to launch, the one in Kapsabet, the one in Nairobi, the 3 in Nairobi, the one in Wote, the ones in Kisumu, in Mombasa. We want to see our athletes running in Garissa and being able to have athletes that look like the ones who are in other countries, coming also from such areas, pastoralist areas. And we will do that to make sure that this country move forward. I don't want to say much. This is your event. Thank you for hosting us, doing it so fast, Your Excellency, to the extent that Tergad had to work so hard to get a ticket to be here. Thank you very much for making it possible for us to be here today. Without much to say now, let me take this opportunity to invite His Excellency, the Deputy President, to speak, and thereafter invite you to make your remarks. I thank you, Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, our President, Dr. William Ruto, Your Excellency, the First Lady, Mama Rachel Ruto, the Speaker of the National Assembly, Right Honorable Moses Wetangula, the CS, in charge of sports, our great heroes and heroines, the Olympians, good morning. Your Excellency, what a beautiful day, what a moment that we are here today, that our Olympians have arrived here, having honored the country, having dignified our country, and their president is here to receive them in the City of Champions, and later on award a charter to the status of this great Eldoret as a city. It's a momentous day. Your Excellency, these heroes and heroines have done our country proud. And the Olympics is always a unifying moment for the people of Kenya. As Kenyans watch the TVs and the national anthem is sung, there's a lot of nationalism and patriotism, and we really want to thank our athletes for the dignity they have accorded this great country. I want to encourage you to continue carrying the name of our country high. It's only probably these officials can engineer the rules, because the people of Kenya are normally very patient. The people of Kenya would like us to go straight to the finals and get the medals. If it were possible, I think it's something you can work on. Because even that impatience that was there is because they don't know that process. That for you to get a medal, you need to go through many processes. They just want the medal and nothing else. If that can be reworked, I think it can satisfy the people of Kenya. I don't think it is possible. I was telling the president this morning that in this country, if criticism was a sport, we would win all the medals. As we were waiting for the medals, all manner of critics in social media were all over hammering us. We are not doing well, until the medals started coming. But I don't think the Kenyans were meant bad. I think they just won the medals. So we just have to bear with them. Finally, before I call the president, is to tell our athletes, our heroes and heroines, this sport comes with some little bit of money. Please invest it well. so that you live a good life after you retire. I did not know that this running had come with some bit of money. If I had known when I was young, I would have been a gold medalist. I did not know iko pesa hapo, lakini sasa tumejua. So we are talking to our grandchildren to start getting interested in running because it comes with a bit of money. Please invest and invest well so that the name that you carry is dignified throughout your life. It will be very sad that after you are gold medalists, you have been to the Olympics, later on in life you are struggling and people are asking what happened. That is a man, the woman we knew who was a champion in the whole world, who is struggling like the rest of us here. So please invest and invest well. So let me take this opportunity now to ask all of you to be upstanding, and ask the President to come and give his personal congratulations and also congratulate the Olympians on behalf of the country. Mr. President.
Good morning, everybody. Team Kenya hoye. Mbona sikii sauti yenu na amko Olympics? Ninyi wabunge nani kila mtu mwenye yako hapa sauti yenu ipande juu. Team Kenya hoye. Tuwapige makofi na vigelegele. Asante sana. Thank you very much. You can take your seats. I must say this. I am truly proud of Team Kenya. And I want to say, we gather here this morning in Eldoret, the city of champions, as we call it, united in celebration of the heroes and heroines of the Paris 2024 Olympics as they return back home to Kenya, the veritable land of champions. When I commissioned this team a few weeks ago, Team Kenya, to go and represent our country at the Paris 2024 Summer Olympics, I reminded you that you were both our best and the world's finest athletes. Today, I am extremely happy, delighted to welcome you back from your successful mission in Paris. You undertook the calling and understood the burden of shouldering our collective aspirations and dreams as a nation on the global stage. And I say, you did not disappoint. In Paris, our athletes once again demonstrated to the world that when it comes to endurance, determination, and the unshakable will to succeed, we are at the top of our continent and can match the best anywhere in the world. Just imagine, we became position number 17 out of close to 200 countries participating. And as if that's not enough, we became country number 2 in the whole world in athletics. As has been said here, there are countries who celebrate just to qualify to go to the Olympics. Yes, and I'm told number 1 is a huge country called the United States, which is almost a continent. Leading this remarkable feat were our golden stars. And you know them. Beatrice Jebet here. Tumpige makofi huyu mrembo jamani. Who not only conquered the 5,000 but also brought home gold in the 10,000 meters, marking her place as a true queen of middle distance running. And of course, Faith, the one and only, Kipyegon, who continues to rewrite history with her 3rd consecutive back-to-back, as he says in her own words, Olympic gold in 1,500 meters and a silver in 5,000. And we all have a rough estimate of why that 5,000 went the way it did. Yeah? And of course we have Emmanuel Wanyonyi, who brought home gold in 800 meters, a victory that cements his status as a rising star in Kenyan athletics. And when I had a chat with him this morning, he just graduated, as the president of Athletics Kenya said, from the juniors now to the real game. And he has a bright future, as we all can see. Let me also celebrate Ronald Kwemoy, who secured bronze in 1500. And Helen, of course, Obiri, and Benson Kipruto brought home bronze in the women's and men's marathons, respectively, reminding us that even in the face of challenges, our athletes never lose sight of the finish line and will fight for glory to the tape. We saw them, and sometimes we never understand the sacrifices that are made, the commitment that is put in place, and the determination over many hours, many days, weeks, months, and years for one to do that final minute dash and win. Congratulations to you all. Your victories are just not medals that you carry. They are symbols of our national character, a testament to what we can achieve when we believe in ourselves. On behalf of every Kenyan, I am profoundly proud of you and grateful to you, Team Kenya, for taking the heart, soul, and spirit of your fellow countrymen to Paris and shining for our motherland. Every time we saw the Kenyan flag, every time the Kenyan national anthem was played, we felt on top of the world. It was quite an emotional moment, and we are very proud to receive you back home. But our pride doesn't end there. As a country, we have set our standards and expectations extremely high when it comes to gold and championships and tournaments. While we acknowledge your impressive performance, we also recognize that our potential remains immense. Our athletics are increasingly, or is increasingly, under encroachment from countries that have studied, learned, and perfected our skills to our detriment. As a government, at the national and county levels, we must scale up our deliberate collaboration with all stakeholders, such as sports federations, to develop a sports policy framework that will address these gaps and stop what is going on so that we can progress our sports ecosystem to the place where we all want it to be. We all know why we have 4 gold medals. Because the 5th gold medal on steeplechase is missing. Mr. Murkomen, you know, when immediately Kipchumba Murkomen was sworn in, I put him on the next plane, and I told him to go to Paris. And I am very confident that under your leadership, understanding very well, having learned in a school where sports, in Iten where sports was a big thing, I'm very confident that you're going to lead this ministry into where the sports fraternity wanted to be. As we honor these heroes, it is only fitting that we do it here in Eldoret, the city of champions. the newest city in Kenya today. And there couldn't have been a better celebration of Eldoret city than to do it with these Olympic champions. For it is from these very highlands that many of our great athletes have been nurtured. Elevating Eldoret to city status is not just a recognition of its past. It is a bold statement about our present and a major statement about our future. Eldoret City is not just a title. It is a brand that resonates with excellence. It represents the journey of a young athlete who, with nothing but a dream and a pair of running shoes and the support of a community, can rise to become an Olympic champion. It is here in Eldoret that the heart of Kenya's athletic success beats strongest. And it is here that we reaffirm our commitment to nurturing the next generation of champions. As we celebrate both our Olympic champions and the birth of the City of Champions, let us remember that we are all part of this incredible journey. Together, we will continue to soar to new heights, for Kenya is and always will be the land of champions. This morning is a great morning, ladies and gentlemen, as I receive Beatrice, Faith, Emmanuel, Kwemoy, Obiri, and all the good people. These people are great Kenyans. It is not always that on a global stage a country is celebrated. It reminds us as a country what we can achieve together. I want to persuade us as Kenyans to celebrate our successes. We are a great nation. I know we set standards, very high standards for ourselves, but I also want to dare say that even as we set standards very high for ourselves, let us remember to celebrate our achievements. Let us remember to celebrate our success. It is not always that you become #1 in Africa. It is not always that you become #2 globally in athletics. It is a major feat. Even as we criticize ourselves, we must remember to celebrate our success, so that we don't judge ourselves too harshly and sometimes bring down the spirits of the men and women who do their best, go out of their way, make sacrifices to make our country great. In our midst, we have great men and women. We have Kipchoge Keino here, a legend. Huyu mzee tumpigie makofi jamani. Can we celebrate Kipchoge Keino? Wapi nduru ya huyu mzee jamani, Kipchoge Keino. You know? We have always known Kipchoge Keino. In fact, many people think he is in the league of Vasco da Gama, because he's part of our history. He's part of what we learned as we grew up. The fact that he's still here in our midst is a great testament of what sports can do to a person. Congratulations, Mzee, and we will continue to celebrate you. We have great sportsmen. Just seated next to him is a great medalist, gold medalist. Yeah? Ezekiel Kemboi. Tumpigie makofi Ezekiel. You know? At one point he was called Babayao of sports. Yeah? And of course we have the great man who is now the president of our NOC. You know? Paul Tergat. Pigeni makofi. And we have many. And what do I say, about the man who tells us, no man is unlimited? Huh? Eliud Kipchoge. Yeah? Eliud is a great legend, and I know how people were disappointed. Many people, made all manner of comments. How can Eliud not finish? But Eliud, we celebrate you. You have held our flag high. You are a great Kenyan. You are a great legend. And many of the other athletes, please, people, let us celebrate these men and women. Let us criticize them less. They do a lot. They go out of their way. They make sacrifices to make our flag be flown in capitals around the world. Right? Tafadhali, I know we set for ourselves very high standards, but we must be careful to know that when we are successful, we must remind ourselves to thank God and to celebrate and to appreciate. So I am very happy this morning, really, that these great men and women have brought success to us. They have brought glory to our country. We are celebrating here, and we should never, ever take for granted. You saw the kind of celebration in Botswana for 1 gold medal. 1. We have 4. Huh? And if you read some places, people are criticizing, our team did not do very well. I don't know what. I don't know what they would do if there are many countries who went with large teams to Olympics. They never got a single medal. Out of the 8 gold medals in the Olympics that came to Africa, 4 came to Kenya. Situpigie makofi hawa wangwana jameni. Tuwapigie makofi. This is a wonderful, wonderful moment for us. And that is the reason why continuously, it is the reason why we established the sports fund. It is the reason why I gave firm instructions in 2022 that the sports fund will be used for nothing else other than sports. There was an attempt to spread that money to other areas, to do many other things, to do many other interventions. I have given firm instructions to Waziri, you will get it in your office, that sports fund is for our sportsmen and women, to promote sports infrastructure, to promote our sports support for our sportsmen and women, to make sure that we recognize them, we keep them well, we treat them well, and we make sure that they succeed, because they are our greatest ambassadors for our nation. As I said, many people will visit Kenya because of what they see in our sportsmen and women. Many people will come to Kenya because of the brand of our country that we have elevated. And we must continue to elevate brand Kenya in every way that is possible. I wish every Kenyan can make a contribution, as small as it is or as big as they can, to make Kenya that brand that the world wants to look up to. And we cannot brand Kenya by doing negative things. We can only brand Kenya by doing the things that the world can celebrate about us. And I am very proud this morning, almost emotional, that these sportsmen and women are making our country great. Look at Beatrice. With her small body. And she has made the whole world to stop and play the Kenyan flag. Can we celebrate this girl? Really? This girl, Faith, has done it countless times. You know, it is not always that a person, in fact, you will give me the statistics, General Tuwe, whether there is another human being who has done won gold consecutively in 3 Olympics. It is very rare. You know? So Faith, we celebrate you. You know, you are a great Kenyan, and we appreciate what you're doing. Look at this Emmanuel guy, very young guy. He just, how old is he now? 20, you know? This guy, you know, now, the first, in his debut, the first time he participates in an Olympics, and he wins gold. Eh? This is the correct brand of what we expect of people. Mpigeni makofi jameni. You know, these are the great Kenyans. Thank you very much, Emmanuel. You can take your seat. You know, look at Faith, the last born of our team, right there, you know, with a great future ahead of her. You know, let us celebrate these good people. And the senior athletes, those of you who have gone ahead of these younger ones, please provide mentorship, you know, work with them, train them, and the Ministry of Sports, because we already have made the policy position known that apart from the sports infrastructure that we have put in place for all our sports, we need to expand and diversify our sports so that when we go to Olympics, we can get more talents rewarded. We can get more young people participating in different sports, being part of this great celebration. Waziri, you are aware, we already are focused on another 25 sports academies around Kenya. I expect that after the designs have been completed, I already gave instructions on the designs to be done by the School of Tibet with other professionals, so that we make sure that we nurture talent from youth, from the bottom going up. The reason why we are expanding our sports academy to 25 different places in Kenya is so that, like the way, you know, Wanyonyi has come through, Faith has come through, Beatrice, from the juniors. That is where we need to build more talent, even in our football and all the other sports. We must begin to build it from the bottom so that we can harvest and harness as much talent that is out there as possible and provide the infrastructure for training. It has been said here by Paul Tergat that sports is becoming very technical. We need a lot of technical expertise. We need a lot of training. We need a lot of science. We need a lot of understanding around it. And Kenya being the country that is foremost in our continent, we must actualize, internalize, conceptualize, and bring it to be in our country so that our talent can be nurtured. You know, you remember this good man who used YouTube. This Julius guy who went to YouTube because there was nobody to train him on javelin and all this. So he decided, okay, wacha niende huko kwa internet nijipange. So today, he just came back from the Olympics. And he was almost there. Mpigeni makofi. And so are the other athletes. I celebrate all of you. We will make sure that we give you due recognition, and the efforts you make, the sacrifices you make, we will, to the extent possible as government, try to recognize and reward those efforts that you're making. I have given very clear instructions to the ministry on the kind of reward system, you know, Waziri, on how, so that, you know, more young people can understand that there is something in sports, and the sports can be a career. And let me also say this, that we have a whole commercial business around these sports. You know, our business people are sleeping on the job. They are sleeping in business. You know, how can people be looking for Kenyan sports wear and sports gear in Paris and there is nobody to sell? You know? What are you doing? Here in Kenya, kelele tu, tunapigiana kelele hapa. Watu wangekuwa huko Paris wakiuza vitu huko. So, I want to encourage more business people, more enterprises, more companies to commercialize our sports, put in the money for us to have that brand that is Kenyan, and a brand that will earn more money for our sportsmen and women. I am looking forward to expanding the sports infrastructure. And I want to encourage not just government, but even the private sector. I know, for example, that around this region, there are facilities funded by different people. Those facilities should be taken to the next level so that we can have more young people access training, you know, sports gear, facilities, assistance, mentorship, as we deal with the menace of doping. We must deal with it firmly, decisively, so that it doesn't undermine our great talent as a country. I have spoken more than I should. But it's because I am truly proud of this team. And thank you very much for doing this for Kenya. Thank you very much for coming this morning so that we can together inaugurate Eldoret City, the city of champions, together with you. There couldn't have been a better feat than you participating in this great celebration. So, asanteni sana. I wish you well. I don't know, you're going to have breakfast. I know we are running short of time because the other event is, we are already behind schedule. Lakini muta kidogo. I am told you eat very little. Ama you eat little wakati muna practice. Mukitoka huko munafanya compensation. So karibuni sana for a quick breakfast so that we can go and do the City of Champions celebration. God bless you. I wish you well.
Your Excellency, sir, before you depart
Okay,
kindly, we had the cash presentation awards.
Okay. Let me introduce First Lady, Madam Rachel Ruto. She's here with me. And just the same way we have a last born there, I also have my last born there, Mia. Thank you very much. All right.
So the cash presentation awards will start, Your Excellency, with the gold medals with Beatrice Chebet, tumpigie makofi tafadhali, who won a gold, and she's the third woman in history to win both events. That's the 5,000 and 10,000 meters at the same Olympic Games. Let's give a hearty clap. The next gold would like to celebrate is that of Emmanuel Wanyonyi. Just go in the... Yeah. And the third gold we'd like to celebrate is that of Faith Kipyegon. And a fourth gold again by Beatrice Chebet. I'll also now we'll move to silver, and we'll start with Faith Kipyegon, who also won a silver. Makofi ya Faith Kipyegon. Followed by Ronald Kwemoi. Then we'll now celebrate the bronze medals, starting with Mary Mora. Makofi ya Mary Mora. Abraham Kibiwot. Still on bronze, Abraham. Faith Cherotich. Then Benson Kipruto. Benson Kipruto. And last by no means least, Helen Obiri. In absentia. Helen is in absentia. All right, thank you. Your Excellency, that brings us to the end of this session. Thank you, Your Excellency. I am advised, Your Excellency, that the money is already wired to the account. So this was just purely for us to celebrate. Tuwapigie makofi, pesa tayari iko ndani. Thank you.